Hey, this is Dragon Feather, and I'm here to do a video on working with animals in your practice, using your animal familiars, even though I already did a video on that, using your animal familiars and spiritual animal spirits as well. And I'm going to do a video after this of all the animals, or a lot of animals, because I'm not going to go over every single animal in the world. Just like, you know, the main ones. So, and their meanings and what you can invoke them to use in your work and how to like get their help and such. Working with animals like your animal familiars, any animal that you have that you feel a spiritual connection with is an animal familiar. Now you can work with any animal that you have, even if you have exotic animals. Like if you have snakes, I really suggest not working with a poisonous snake inside the circle, just because that could go bad. And just a regular one too. If you're good at handling snakes, I'm not, obviously. But be careful when you're working with the more vicious, untamed animals instead of domestic ones. But let's just say you wanted to work with a bird, or you wanted to work with your ferret that you have, and you've just always felt a connection with this animal. You can even work with your fish, and a lot of people are like, what? But yeah, you can. Of course you can. But anyway, working with these guys, it's really up to you. If you don't really have a spiritual connection with this animal, don't bring him in the circle. That's just like, oh, Scruffy, you're gonna get into the moment, and they're not gonna feel it as well, or they're not gonna understand, and they're either gonna cause problems, or they're just gonna be a distraction. So you don't want that. Alright, so working with animal spirits, this is what the better part of this video will be about, is working with animal spirits. So when you work in your circle, of course, you know, if you're like me, if you're Wiccan, you invoke the elements, and call the corners. Invoking the elements is just calling on the elemental spirits. And when you work with your totem animal, every time you cast your circle, you can call the spirit of your totem animal. And I know people who do that. And you don't have to every time. I mean, it's not like written down in the book. You must do this. There is really no book written. So working with animal spirits is, let's just say you're doing a spell for courage. Then call upon the spirit of a lion, or the spirit of lions, you know? Because they're very courageous, and courage is usually associated with lions. And so therefore, that's why you would call their spirit. If you're working with a specific goddess, calling on the spirit of the goddess's animal will probably very much please the god or the goddess that you're working with. I'm pretty sure I just said goddess, but I mean god and god. God and goddess. Bleh. So confusing. But you can work with them anytime. You don't even have to work with them at all. It's up to you. And you can even, you know, have a certain altar for an animal. I mean, I have little dolphin statues. I'm gonna show you them. Wait, people, I'm sorry. Okay. I have two of these little dolphin statues only because they come from a chess set, and they're very cute, and I absolutely love working with the friendly aspect of a dolphin, and the working together in a group and communication part of a dolphin. And so I work with this little guy, and I have two of them, and when I want to better communicate with somebody, I will have one of the dolphins representing myself, and then the other one representing the other, and I will do a symbolic thing of me being able to communicate. And if you guys can hear that, that's my boyfriend calling, but I'll call him back. But anyway, working with animal spirits can really be beneficial. And I highly encourage it if you are an animal person. Even if you have an animal tarot deck, you can use the image of that animal, and you can use the image to invoke the spirit inside your circle, or just whenever you're working in general. Like if you're programming your working candle and you want the specific qualities of, let's say, the dolphin, then, you know, have it there and call upon the spirit and there you go, and be like, please help me with my working candle, or please bless my working candle with your qualities. And to invoke anything is quite easy. I will do an invoking video. Surprisingly, I haven't already. But in that, I'll go over how to invoke all sorts of things, so that'll probably be my next video, so stay tuned after that. But yes, it's really, really simple to work with animal spirits, and it's very, very, I suggest it, and I think you should, because animals are a part of this earth, and just working with nature isn't just working with plants and herbs. It's working with the creatures that walk this earth just as we do. Or swim. This one just happens to swim. So yeah. Any questions about working with animal spirits, let me know and I'll help you out. And until next time, blessed be, and bye-bye.